Hey there, I'm Angela Hochman, your host of In the Kitchen on STL TV, where you get to check out the incredible and delicious St. Louis food scene. Now today I am very excited because I have the owner of Mama 2's Biscuits, Mr. Zach Rice. Zach, how's it going?
Doing great, how are you?
Oh, I am good, I am hungry. I gotta know, what are we making today?
So today we're gonna put together our Mr. Timothy sandwich. So it is a sandwich with our house-made biscuits. It's got our braised collard greens on it, some ham on there as well, and then we're gonna actually together make the Pimento Cheese Spread that we're gonna put on there as well. So
put me to work.
Yeah, so Southern cooking, which is kind of what we do, is all about kind of being patient with it, slow cooking. So I've started some of this process already, but we'll get to finish it up all together.
It's only a 15-minute show,
right?
So you know.
So what I've got here is our tomato braised greens. These cook for about 8 hours. We're just gonna kind of keep them warm here. Don't forget to stir them every once in a while. You don't want the bottoms to get all crispy and everything. What we do with these is we put a little tomato in there. The tomato kind of helps to break down the greens and make them nice and tender. There's bacon in there, there's fresh thyme, there's chicken stock, all kinds of good stuff in there.
I smell it.
Yeah, so that smell just keep coming through the restaurant. So when people walk in, it just, you know, they get the smell of biscuits, they get the smell of the greens.
And I tell you what, if people are feeling wild and they want to attempt this delightful recipe at home, we are tossing the ingredients up on the screen. If you make this, you guys, please send us a photo. We want to know how it is. If you're like me and you're like, I couldn't make it half as good as Zach over here, I'm gonna run, I'm not gonna walk to Mama 2's Biscuits. So how do you like being in the Tower Grove South neighborhood?
Oh, that neighborhood's just home to us. We've been there, lived in the neighborhood about 15 years. You know, we started Mama 2's Biscuits and then our nighttime restaurant in the same space, Black Sheep, about 2018, but we were in there as 3 Monkeys beforehand, and so you know, we've just been part of the neighborhood for so long. It's our favorite neighborhood in St. Louis.
You can tell, and I think it's really cool. You can absolutely know that you have a following. I've noticed people are saying, like, we're so sad that 3 Monkeys is gone, but we are all over Black Sheep. We are all over Mama 2's. What is it like to have 2 different concepts in the same space? You
know, it presents its set of challenges. You know, you have to shut down for a couple hours during the day because they are completely different menus.
Yeah.
You will see some crossover in between. Our biscuit pot pie is on both menus, which we do, which I'm gonna take a second and with these biscuits. These are our house-made buttermilk biscuits, so we get there early every morning and make it. But Mama 2, who the restaurant is named after, had a little trick. And what it is bacon fat. So we're gonna take this little bit of bacon fat before we go in the oven and just give it a little brush on top. And so Mama 2 used to keep it, go ahead, do the second one. Mama 2 used to keep the Folgers can on the back of the oven, and it was filled with bacon fat, and she would just give it a little smear on top.
I love that you shared this secret ingredient. Zach, who is Mama 2?
So Mama 2 was a grandmotherly figure in my life. She watched me from the time I was about 3 weeks old. And funny story, when how she got the name Mama 2 was when I started talking. I started calling her Mama. Obviously, my mother wasn't too keen on that.
That's not gonna fly.
So my brother, who's a couple years older, came up with the idea. That's Mama 1. And that's Mama 2, and ever since then, she's been Mama 2 to us.
That is so special. What an incredible namesake.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get some ham going too. Normally we'd get this on the flat top, get a little caramelization, but
this is
for
serious ham. Look at that thick cut.
Nice thick cut ham. For today's purposes, we're just gonna put it right in the oven along with our biscuits, get those heated up. Like I said, have to do some of this stuff beforehand. Normally we make these biscuits as close to when you're gonna eat them as possible, you know.
Well, Zach, I gotta know, who is Mr. Timothy and how did he get a sandwich named after himself?
Well, Mr. Timothy was Mama 2's actual grandson, and he was about 5 years younger than us, and so when he was born, he just called us his brothers. He thought of us just totally as his own family.
Yeah.
And so still in contact with him, ask him permission before we before we used her name and her likeness in, and one of these days, he still lives in Tennessee, which is where Mama 2 is from.
Can we ship him some of his own
sandwich? One of these days, we're gonna get him up here. We also have another sandwich named the Amazing Barrett, which my brother is a professional magician called the Amazing Barry. So the Amazing Barrett is named after him as well.
You're like,
so,
poof, this sandwich is gonna disappear in my stomach.
Yeah, so we like to tie in family a lot to our restaurant. We've got family recipes hanging on the wall.
And speaking of family, you and your lovely wife are a force. You are
absolutely
a team in these restaurant adventures.
Absolutely, could not do this without her. She actually does more work than I do. I'm pretty sure.
Shout out to Mary Rice doing all the work.
She handles all the cocktails, runs the front of house, but also does things like our pickle recipe is her recipe, which is great, spicy pickles. I mean, she could be standing up here just as much as I could.
I mean, it feels like, yes, you're tucked away in this lovely Tower Grove South neighborhood, but it is an escape. You were like transformed to the South.
Yeah.
It sounds incredible.
You know, and once again, when you walk in the restaurant, it's all the smells that you get. You smell the biscuits cooking downstairs. You smell the greens cooking, you know.
Does the smell of this ever get old?
You know, sometimes when I've made my 6th or 7th batch of the week, you know, and they're just, but, you know, it brings back memories, you know, that style of cooking. You know, country Southern cooking is, you know, just so native to the United States. It's one of the only, you know, native cuisines of the United States. And we want to honor that. We want to honor all the grandmothers that put it all together and created it.
So special.
This is one of our sides too, so it goes on the Mr. Timothy sandwich, but you can get this as a side. We've got people that have started just coming in and asking for this and our grits, and they'll just mix them all together.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We are going to let that simmer for just a minute. When we come back, we are going to finish up the Mr. Timothy sandwich, and we are talking biscuit and gravy flights. Stick around.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
So many reasons to love St. Louis, you can't pick just one.
What I love about St. Louis is the 79 unique neighborhoods and 108 beautiful city parks, including Forest Park, which is actually larger than Central Park in New York, and the gorgeous Tower Grove Park right here.
And there's always something new to experience, no matter the time of day or the season. So come and experience St. Louis.
Welcome back to In the Kitchen. So my friend Zach Rice is the owner of Mama 2's Biscuits, and we are cooking up the Mr. Timothy biscuit sandwich. Zach, how we doing? It smells real nice.
Greens are getting real close to being done. We're about to make the pimento cheese spread that goes on there.
Okay,
And then the biscuits are in the oven. I'm starting to smell them a little bit.
Oh yeah,
so
it smells like home, right?
Yep, absolutely. So what we're going to do now is get this pimento cheese spread together. This is something that we do as a dip. We put it on sandwiches. It's great for family parties if you want to use this recipe. Put it together. And it's one of those recipes that you can kind of cater to your taste. Use this base recipe and you're like, I like it a little spicy. I'm going to go a little more hot sauce. I like a little more garlic flavor.
Yeah.
You can really make it your own recipe.
Can people come in and buy pimento cheese dip to go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hey,
yeah, and then we do it with little sourdough on there to kind of spread it. And so yeah. So basically what we have here, we've just got some cream cheese.
Okay.
Throw that in there.
It's a low carb dip, so we're fine.
I like to use the sharp cheddar, but once again, this is a matter of taste. This is what we do at the restaurant. But if you wanted to use a little more mild cheddar, you could do that. So throw that in there. And then obviously you have to have the pimentos. I feel like you do want to drain these, you know, so your dip isn't, you know, too watery. So drain these before you put them in.
Got it.
And then what Southern dish would be complete without a little mayonnaise in there. Yeah, we gotta throw a little mayonnaise.
More the merrier. Oh my gosh, this smells amazing. I love all the bright colors. I'm a sucker for bold colors and big flavors.
So I like a little garlic in mine, so
heck yeah,
garlic powder in there.
Gosh, is this a recipe that you made up?
So actually, at the restaurant, we collaborate with all my cooks and chefs. I started as a front of house person.
Really?
And just kind of grew into the back of house. So I like to surround myself with people that even know more than I do. Maybe I can learn something from them and they can learn.
That's not the case today, but you know.
We've got one of our kitchen managers, Kelly. This is her recipe actually that she put together.
Okay,
so,
Kelly.
Yeah, so, and then.
Look at that garlic.
We've got to put a little hot sauce in there. So Cholula is the southern hot sauce, you know.
Yes, hot sauce in my bag.
So little bit of that in there.
That's
I like
gonna
it a
really
little
rev
spicy.
up the
Yep,
metabolism
right.
too.
Yep, absolutely. And then the key to this is you just got to go in there and squeeze and mix everything
here we go.
up.
You trust me?
Yeah, I will trust you. I'm gonna peek on our biscuits.
Therapeutic, you know?
While you're doing it, yeah, this is
relaxing.
One of my favorite things to make actually at the restaurant, because we do it in huge bowl batches. And
bigger than this bowl?
Yeah, absolutely. So
this is crazy. So you did not grow up in the culinary world.
No, so I
kitchen.
started waiting tables, bartending.
Yeah, me too.
And then
you learn a lot.
You know, as I started into management and stuff, I got to the point where sometimes it was necessary for me to jump back and help out in the kitchen, and I would just keep going, and then to finally get to the point where I am now. And so I still have a lot to learn, but I think we all do, and if you don't keep learning, then what are you really doing, you know?
Exactly, you said it perfectly. I love that you said surround yourself with people that are doing it differently, that are doing it better, that you can learn from. Otherwise, you know, nobody's growing. Okay, I think we're good.
We're getting there,
It's really good.
So,
check my work.
You want to make sure that you just get it all nice and in there. You want a little bit of everything in each bite.
So, okay, Zach, I'm fascinated. You have a biscuit and gravy flight?
Yep, absolutely. So it comes with our 2 bacon fat biscuits that we put on the plate, and then we have 6 different gravies available at Mama 2's Biscuits.
Is that a favorite, would you say, among customers?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the thing that's kind of gone viral for us a little bit, you know.
I've seen it on the Instagram.
Yeah, and so people like to take a picture of their biscuit and gravy flight. If you want to keep mixing up, I'm gonna pull these out, but we've got some basic gravies like you would normally have. You know, sausage gravy. We've got, you know, a just basic milk gravy. We've got bacon fat gravy that we do. Obviously, we've got a theme there.
I feel it. I'm feeling it. What is your favorite menu item, if you had to choose?
I absolutely love these collard greens. They're one of my favorite things that we sell completely. I would say as far as biscuit sandwiches, we've got one that it's called the Whistle Stop. It uses fried green tomatoes that we make in-house. Our thick cut bacon, sriracha aioli on our biscuit sandwich.
Oh my
so that's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, how often does your menu change?
So we try to change it seasonally.
Okay.
You know, we've got some staples that'll stay on all the time. But we do try to mix it up a little bit seasonally. We just put on like a strawberry salad with tomatoes and mint in there. That's
perfect for
just
summertime.
Great. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
so
I'm telling you what.
We're to the point where we can probably start assembling this sandwich up. Get ready
gloves are coming off?
Yep, let's take the gloves off.
Wow. You really put me to work. You hiring?
Absolutely. So, sign of a good biscuit is you don't have to cut it. They should have layers here, so when we make the sandwiches, all we have to do is...
That wasn't pre-cut?
Not pre-cut. You just pull it apart. So when you're making the biscuits, you knead it together, you fold it over, and you make these layers. The cold butter will melt, and that'll form the pockets in the dough and help it to rise. So you can just pull it apart, and that's how you know you've got a good biscuit.
Oh my gosh, I thought for sure you were doing a little cut before.
No cheating there. So
wow. People can enjoy Mama 2's Biscuits on Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
And Monday we do an industry brunch. So my wife and I both have been in the restaurant industry, and we never got to do brunch because it was always on Saturday and Sunday. So when we opened, we decided, hey, we're gonna do a brunch aimed at the restaurant industry.
That's
so we do drink specials.
Smart. So appreciated too by the restaurant
we do drink specials for them, and always put out some fun menu items.
Oh my gosh. And your Instagram is the place to be, I'm telling you. If you want to get hungry real quick and also know what's going on when you guys are changing up the menu or doing a brunch for a holiday or something like that. If you are in the Tower Grove South neighborhood, here's what you can do. Go for brunch at Mama 2's Biscuits, and then at night, come back and enjoy some Black Sheep. Cocktail, appetizer, you name it. Do y'all take reservations?
We do at Black Sheep for parties of all sizes.
Perfect.
We do for large parties
Great.
at Mama 2's Biscuits. So we're gonna take.
This is huge. Yeah. I've never seen a sandwich like this in my life, and I've had a lot of sandwiches.
A little bit of Pimento Cheese Spread on there.
I like that that's a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not a little bit,
Zach. Grab one of these over here just to keep it all together.
How do you eat this? We're gonna jump in.
We're gonna try it.
Okay, here we go. Right. There's no way. Oh my gosh. Zach, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm supposed to share this after the show? It's not gonna happen.
You guys can have a bite of mine if you really want to.
This is spectacular. It is a flavor party going on between the collard greens, the pimento cheese, the country ham. Absolutely incredible. This is just one of the many wonderful items you can find on Mama 2's Biscuits at the restaurant. Of course, follow In the Kitchen on Facebook. We want to hear from you. Shoot us a message if you're like, hey, I'm in this neighborhood. I think this restaurant might be cool to feature. We want to know that. So thank you so much, Zach, for joining us. Yeah. You're busy. You got things to make all day. Thanks for hanging out in the kitchen and making this sandwich, which is one for the books. That's gonna do it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to In the Kitchen on STL TV, where you get to experience St. Louis. We'll see you next time.